Talking
So,
Crit with Skeeter.
hello and welcome to Talking Crit. Below me, don't get into why, is my once-a-week work spouse, Bad Mike Battalato. And today we have Skeeter Green, editor of Menage a Trois. Oh, Rach is upset. Heard that in the background. I'm sorry, Skeet. May have to.
See, there's a whole story about the three of us in a hotel room. I think that was
we're not going to tell it. And you know what? And we're not going to tell it again. We're just going to move on tonight.
Wasn't that Gary Con? And wasn't Zach filming?
And here he is, Skeeter Green, author of such classics as Everything Frog God Did up to about 2012 or so, and then of course.
That is not true. That is not a true statement at all.
I see your name. I can pull a book right now, and your name will be in the front of the book. So doing something. You did something in every book.
That was my first Gary Con, and I actually went back to further ones after that. That's a surprising aspect.
Yeah, we've had a disturbing relationship.
I was scarred for life, but amazingly enough, I bonded very closely to both people that are on the screen.
It's like a prison. It's like a prison marriage, you know. You after things happen, you become very close to that person, you know. So after certain things happen in the prison cell, when you get out, everybody's friends suddenly.
Incarceration changes a man.
It does. So anyway, so we got Skeeter. So Skeeter pretty much invited himself on the show, which we don't mind because we love Skeeter.
I did.
But he absolutely did. But he also has this thing going called Skeeter Green Productions and came out with a grand adventure that I was just holding in my hand earlier called Crypt of the Science Wizard, which I don't think I've ever told you this, Skeeter. I finally read this not too long ago.
Oh my God.
And I was like, why didn't I read this the last 2 years? I don't know why, but I finally read it. It's great. And I'm actually reading Skeeter's latest thing too. It's awesome too. So but yes, Crypt of the Science Wizard, and I think you have done it in every version of everything there is to be done now, because you did a Swords and Wizardry version, you did a 5e version, you did a Mutant Crawl Classics version or DCC version.
Yeah, MCC and DCC I did together because the rule sets are basically the same. It's just kind of the setting. There are a little bit of changes, and they really mix well for people that want to do the, classic. All right. Are we just going to start shitting on TSR? Because I got one. I got one brewing, man.
No. You got to hold that shit in for a bit, all right?
Okay. But it's prairie dogging, man. It's prairie dogging. I'm ready to go.
Listen, Jesus Christ. Giantlands is how we open. This is why we have people in this very active chat. They want to see session 0, Zip, Zilch, Zapaduty. They want to see how easy and fun it is to create characters for
I have to point out the irony of it being called Giantlands, but that is like the tiniest book that it could possibly be. Listen, just because the box weighs about a third or a fourth of what the RuneQuest starter box weighs, and it's probably like half the size. Size is not everything. It's how. Well, yeah, they are definitely not overcompensating with the size of that book. I mean,
but they got it looks very nice. It's got nice artwork on the inside cover, and I don't ooh and ah over that shit, but certain people did online, and I gotta say, the oohing and ahhing may be very uncomfortable.
Well, I was kind of hoping we could canoodle with Skeeter a little bit before we jumped into Giantlands.
I don't know how much canoodling Skeeter can handle right now.
No, well, he's because one of our things we like to do here is we like to promote people because
you're going to go to promotion right off.
We do promotion right off the bat because everybody pays attention. They might be asleep in 30 minutes. We want to get you on and talking about.
Trust me, they won't be asleep in 30 minutes.
Oh, they'll be drunk.
They'll be drunk. No, they will be drinking.
They might be drunk.
Yes, they will be drunk.
I might have to get up in the middle of this and refill my glass. And again, I use the solid glass because I don't want the barshes coming in and mocking me for ice in my red wine.
Well, they need to chill.
Yeah. Oh, Mike, you didn't just you say that, you drop that remark, and you spin around. They need to chill over my eye.
I need to get a. You know what? I need beer for this.
Get a beer.
I'm gonna get a beer. You guys talk among yourselves. I can hear you.
No, I am partaking of a particular energy drink that anyone can gift me anytime they see me in the public. That would be outstanding. But yeah, I can't drink anymore. I got too out of control too many times, so I had to quit. So you guys are now carrying the flag.
Well, we would rather have a Skeeter here than not a Skeeter. So that's that's what it takes. And yes, we're happy to have
healthy Skeeter is.
What has actually been coming up a lot lately is the whole fighting a raccoon thing. That has reared its ugly head again, and that was a drinking incident. So.
And I don't even refer to that anymore. I want you to know, Skeeter.
I told people not to refer to it anymore, but it just randomly, like I'm seeing videos of people fighting raccoons and shit. And it's like
that's not me, damn it.
I did that like 6 years ago.
Oh, yeah, we've already done that. Come on, man, that's old news. Where you come from?
Get real.
All right, we got an important question.
Hold on, we did. So you're Skeeter Green. So you are coming out with a sequel to Crypt of the Science Wizard, correct?
Sort of. It is the second level of Crypt of the Science Wizard. If you have gone through, you know that it does not finish with the first book. Just when you thought you were done, there's so much more.
Pulling you back.
So. Yeah, Crypt of the Science Wizard level 2 has gone through extensive online playtesting. The pandemic was actually great for playtesting this. I got to be in a lot of virtual cons and got a very wide variety of people to help me out and figure some things out. And it was great. So that is going to come out. It's going to be kickstarted and come out hopefully by the end of summer. You surprised me by bringing up Crypt of the Science Wizard because that is on the back burner for the other projects I have coming out very soon.
So the beans can't be spilled yet, or you can spill the beans?
No, I can spill. I think the kids say spilling the tea these days.
Yeah, they do.
What do I know? Yes, I have a Kickstarter that is going to go live February 21st, I think. It is for the Valley Out of Time series. And that is a series of little zines. Kickstarter used to do Zine Quest. And I wanted to get in, and they're doing it later this year.
Right, along with it, isn't like time now with Gen Con or some crap?
Yeah, they want to do it because everybody around Gen Con has lots of disposable money.
Well, yeah, that's when I
whatever.
That's a marketing shit.
Yeah. Whatever. So anyway, what I'm doing is I'm doing these little 24 to 34 page zines that are about the Timeless Valley. And it's this kind of separate region that's all dinosaurs and Frazetta and Roy Crinkle oil paintings of giant monsters. You see all those, Frazetta paintings of Conan fighting the giant snake or dude fighting the mammoths and stuff. That is it. All of the Harryhausen stop motion photography, all of that kind of crazy shit is this valley. And they're going to be small, bite-size installments. The books are going to be $10 a piece, and if you buy them, I have part 1 and part 2 going to go in the first Kickstarter, and if you buy both, it's $18, and it's like 60 pages of content, and we're going to see how it goes. I plan on doing 6 books in each series, and it's going to be 2021. That's what year we're in, right? 2022.
Yeah.
We're in 2022.
No time travel. Okay, that's good.
So yeah, all 6 books are going to release this year. I'm going to do them in 2-book batches, and it's for Swords and Wizardry and DCC and MCC. And at the end of the year, at the final thing, I'm going to try and compile it and combine it. And if I make enough money, I'm going to put some color art in. I'm going to sell it for 5E2. So that's the Kickstarter
probably
project.
A good idea, but
dude, I'm as hard as a rock.
I can explain why I'm doing that way in just a minute. But the big thing that I'm super happy about and very intense about is at GaryCon in like a month and a half, the Dread from Geneva Lake, a Call of Cthulhu module, penned by your favorite Skeeter Green and Luke Gygax.
Oh, nice.
That is the GaryCon module. So super happy about that. That's coming out. Now,
how'd you pull that? I thought Luke hated you. How did you pull that? That's weird.
He does on certain levels, but no, they wanted to do a horror module for GaryCon, and when you think horror,
you think Skeeter.
You think
me? GaryCon check-in. I mean, I think Skeeter. Yes.
No, actually, all my thanks go to Alyssa Fadden, who is doing the GaryCon map again this year, like she does every year.
Oh, she's great, yeah.
But Luke had floated this idea, and I think the way it shook out is the first person that they planned on to write the GaryCon module couldn't do it. And then Alyssa suggested me, and I said, holy shit, yes.
That's shocking. So you were number 2. I figured there'd be like, 8 people and they're finally like, look, Skeeter? I mean, come on.
Hey, this is like silvering at the Olympics. Yeah, I'm on the pedestal, baby.
They think they snuck in like Greg Gillespie, who just sent me a Facebook message. Skeeter, you actually snuck in before Greg, so just so you know, you got here before Greg. So well, that's at least maybe 2 things that you got.
Sad trombone for Greg.
So yeah, it's gonna be
on our door. Go figure this one out.
It's gonna be a busy year.
But, wow, it sounds like the year of Skeeter almost. I mean, really.
By the time this is over, I think I could potentially have like 17 books out this year. I'm not even joking, just the way it is.
You're also going to be a special guest in North Texas this year too, which is, I mean, that's got to be like right up here. I mean, the GaryCon thing, yeah, it's it's right here, but
this year, 2022, this year I get to special guest the 4 conventions that I go to.
Oh, nice,
unbelievable!
So
unbelievable.
That's it. December 31st, I'm going to put myself in hibernation. It's not going to get any better than this.
No, it won't. It will never get any better than this. This just live it. You know what? It reminds me of my last year in high school. I told my friends, I said, this is as good as it's ever going to get. Nobody believed me, and they all now admit it's true. And you just got to realize that now. You're realizing it. It's great. I'm proud of you, Skeeter. It's not going to get better than this.
And I'm gonna drag you 2 bitches with me. Wow. If I have to climb this mountain, you're gonna be my Sherpas.
Just
you're going with me.
Just remember, I gotta pace myself. Okay.
Hey man, you're working out. Your wife is working out. She smells like a man. Now we just get Mike working out.
That's the funny part. She's like, Rachel, we have to play this back because Skeeter gave you a shout out.
I will say that
I love Rachel much more than Eric. That has never been disputed.
Do. Everybody does. Come on.
It's like, how are you? Rachel can't be on screen every day. I have to settle for fucking Tenkar. Oh. Shit.
Yeah. Jesus. No, all right. Are you guys done loving up on me? I feel very uncomfortable.
My lips are really tired from kissing your butt. But yeah,
if you feel uncomfortable now, years later.
After what I have put you guys through over the years, it's my turn to feel uncomfortable.
You know what? It was all worth it. At least I can say that. I'm not sure if Mike can.
The revenge is slow in coming, but I like to let you worry about it for years upon years, and
Yeah,
when it happens,
this is my worried about bad Mike face.
I would never. Do not wish anything bad on you, because what happened to you at my convention years ago was so bad that I only wish you good things from here on out, because that was the ultimate. oh God, we just killed a special guest person. Even though you weren't a special guest at the time, you almost killed yourself basically because you picked up your wife when you already had issues.
These things happen.
A set of stairs and your insides fell out. So that was I felt bad about that.
Hey man, if you don't push the boundaries, you don't know where they are.
Well, do you know where the boundaries are now?
Yeah. I would love to say that I'm not going to do that ever again, but we absolutely know I'm totally going to do that again at some point.
You got to work your way up to it. You just can't. You got to build up a little bit.
I thought stuff that happened in the midnight auction stayed at the midnight auction.
It should.
It should.
But after the midnight auction, I'm cleaning up, and your wife comes up to me and goes, Michael, I think Skeeter needs to go to the hospital. I'm thinking, what did he do? Oh my God, he was out of my sight for not even 30 minutes. What did he do? Well, no, it was because you had aggravated an injury you already had to beyond what humans would call pain to the next level. And you did, at that point, I'm like,
okay. So I have to say one totally serious thing. After that happened, and this is, 2:00 in the morning, Saturday night at North Texas. Everyone in the convention is hammered. The one guy that was able to actually take me to the hospital was Doug Ray. And I never let him forget how much I appreciated that. That dude is my hero.
Well, I think that was the same year, I think, that Gary had to drive Jeff D to the hospital because he thought he was having a heart attack. So that was a scary year for us because we thought, and luckily I never had driving by the hospital because I was probably wasted half that convention. So it would have been awful.
You're still hungover from that one.
But yeah, that's Doug. That's the kind of person he was, right? I mean, he did that kind of thing. So he was. Yep. And I'm not going to do that kind of thing. So if that happens to you, you're going to better go find Gary because I ain't driving you to the hospital at 2 a.m. Sorry. You better make sure.
I've put Gary through enough as it is.
But yeah, I don't wish anything on you, but that was so awful, and the pain you had to go through, and the fact that how many months was it till you finally got that fixed? It was way beyond what
it's like 3 months later.
Oh dear. Yeah. If you've ever had that happen, you can't wait 3 months. I can't believe your pain tolerance because that's nuts. So I consider ourselves even, my convention injured you.
We're even?
You molested me. Yeah, you molested me. So we're
all
even.
Right, man. I don't like to be even. Let's get this going.
Even.
All right. So everybody here all they want to do is hear you rip on things. So let's just get into it. Take it away, Eric.
All right.
Eric, start us off.
We got to do a little background here. Zuiki has a question. They're a little confused. Is Giantlands a Wonderfield product? Yes, it is I don't know if you can see at the bottom of this. You can't fucking it. My green screen sucks. WFD.
As I was telling Eric, I did a little bit of research because I wanted to be a good guest and bring something, to be nice to my hosts. So I actually did a little bit of research on Wonderfield. So if people have some questions,
yes,
because after doing the research, I have questions.
All right. Well, there's another question. Wasn't there a schism between Wonderfield and 3SR? And yes, it over the summertime in July, it was sort of like this news came down. Rachel was at a doctor's appointment. I came across the Pope and the anti-Pope type of situation happening, and people complained that I did it from my cell phone because the orientation was off. I did it in my car, but you got the news quickly. But yes. There is no love lost between the two sides. What is scary is even I, at this late point in time, will look back at old TSR, Dungeon Hobby Shop, social media postings, and I can't tell whether it was Justin Lanasa or Stephen Deinhardt that was the one that was being the asshole. I would assume if it had a lot of typos and grammatical mistakes, it was Justin. And if there were less typos and grammatical mistakes, and it was just asinine and probably bigoted, it might have been Stephen. But I can't prove who was who. Oh, question.
I have a rebuttal.
Okay.
because if one goes to Giantlands.com,
yes,
which is the website for this wonderful game that we're gonna try out here, editing is not their forte.
That being said, it is still better than anything on the TSR side of things.
Mm-hmm.
You'll have to agree with that. Listen, it's like comparing.
I have some things to challenge that statement.
Okay, so I'm gonna say
you're not going to win, Skeeter. You're not going to win.
Wonderfilled is
it's
a student that finished the 9th grade of high school.
Mm-hmm.
TSR is a student that is maybe getting out of 5th grade and entering 6th, and still stick their finger up their nose.
It's special needs, yeah.
So there's a little bit of listen.
ESL, yeah, they're good.
Neither one is college. All right. Neither one's a high school graduate or a GED. Okay. Neither one would I want to drive a bus of any size. But that being said, Wonderfilled seems to be slightly, not greatly, but when you're dealing at these levels, the differences are huge. When you go, a highly stupid to did a monkey type this. I don't want to insult monkeys, so I won't say that to you.
I will defer to that statement. That is incredibly accurate.
Now, mind you, I'm going to probably get like 50 likes on this episode and 3 dislikes, and at least one person telling me that it's kind of, remember when they say, you gotta stop picking on, was it Britney? That whole thing like 10 years ago, even South Park made fun of it with the tears and people doing their little videos, and you can't. I get that you gotta stop picking on TSR and Lanasa. You can't help with the special needs.
I think what we should do is go through kind of the character creation.
Yes, we're gonna do that.
And then I want to tell people who is supposedly part of the group that put this product out, because I'm looking at the people that are associated with Giantlands, and whether they are associated or not, I know some of them and I know nothing about other ones, but I am stunned at what I have seen of Giantlands and equating that to the people who may or may not have worked on it.
Well, are you telling me that the names such as James M. Ward, Stephen E. Deinhardt, and Gary Gygax Jr., who I didn't even know there was a Gary Gygax Jr. I knew there was an Ernie Gary Gygax Jr., right? I didn't know there was a Gygax Jr., so I guess there's another child that popped up. Or
I don't know anything about Stephen Deinhardt. I really don't know anything about him.
Dude, you did research. You know about the theme park, right? You know about the theme park.
Oh yeah, no, I know he's from a whole video game narrative background, and they are trying to put together a theme park and all this stuff. But I want to drop one turd in the punch bowl before we go any further.
Drop as many as you want, because this is going to be
so just so Tenkar's Tavern is an icon in the OSR. However you define that bullshit, I don't know. Not going to get into it.
Okay, but
here's something. Stephen Deinhardt was a video game narrative designer who is now making RPG books.
Yes.
There's also a very well-known person who used to do video games that moved over to make RPG books, and that person was Jessica Price. So everybody remembers how well that went.
I don't have my
one of our favorites. Yeah, one of our favorites. Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm not saying they are at all similar. What I am saying is, just because you are a narrative designer for a video game doesn't mean it's going to translate to making an RPG book. And that is strictly my opinion. Mike and Eric may or may not agree with me. My views do not represent Tenkar's Tavern in any way. This is all me. So if you want to give me some shit, just do it.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't you worry yourself. Now, folks, so you all can follow along at home, I have a special gift for everybody. Now, I understand it's a horrible scam, okay? But listen, just so everybody at home who's playing along knows, this character sheet or a facsimile thereof is a $2 download on the Giantlands website. Now,
hey, it's in full color.
You would think that a game that says masks are required, playable with pen, paper, dice, and masks. I don't think they mean COVID masks, but in any case, for a game that requires, you think you could buy masks on the website. I mean, that's a marketing deal that's just being misplaced unless you don't think you could sell masks.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, don't anybody cringe that I'm rolling these pages up because the resale value on this is already that of, I don't know, Confederate money.
Well, you paid for it. You can do whatever you want with it.
The community paid for it, actually.
That's right.
You know, again, we actually had an amazing month over at Drive-Thru. Did some really good, strong affiliate sales.
Congratulations, bud.
Money went out to people for OSR Christmas. I think we paid out like $150 in gift certificates. And we bought this wonderful game that you will all now get to experience.
By the way, I still have one thing to mail. I don't have an address for one person. I did mail the OSR Christmas for North Texas, but the other one I do not have an address for. So I just was reminded of that. No hurry.
I do have one late claim that came in under the wire, not for you, but for an early prize. I think day 2. I got to match stuff up and make sure everything was good, and that will be the end of OSR Christmas until we hit like next month, and we're closing out winter, and then I'll see what gifts we never give out, but people didn't claim it, and maybe we'll do something.
Yeah, nobody claimed this. So the Frog God nobody claimed. So if somebody wants it, I still have it.
All right, so maybe we'll
I don't know away an entire Frog God.
Yes.
Yeah. We gave away Bill Webb. You know, he doesn't know it yet.
Yeah. That gets expensive after a while.
Come get the $200 liquor voucher that might roll.
$200. Oh my God, $200.
Yeah. What is that? A light lunch?
Yeah.
Holy shit! What are you new?
It might be tax deductible, but hey, what can I tell you?
Man, right. I remember going to Gen Con with Bill, and our bar tab some nights, just the nights, was shameful. That's all I'm going to say.
Thank God for my local pub. That's all I will say, because it's not on the arm, but we tip well, and
there are some countries that don't have the GDP that we were putting up.
Oh, Jesus. Oh my God. Boy. All right. We're going to read from the it's like a church lesson. We're going to read from the character creation section, page 15 in your missalette, just for those.
What are the first 14 pages?
You don't want to get. It's how to play the game and shit.
How to have fun. How to have fun and how to play the game. Yeah.
Yeah. You know.
Am I supposed to be wearing a mask?
No.
Where's my mask?
You're not gonna get a bonus to your skills though, without wearing a mask.
Oh.
No. See, if you wear a mask, which is at one point it says it's required, but another point it says it gives you +5 to all your abilities. It's confusing because sometimes they use terms interchangeably that you're not quite sure where it goes. So,
well, that's a hallmark of a well-designed game. Confusing.
Oh, well, you know what it is? It's old school. It's old school. If it's confusing, if sections of the book are not in the order that you would expect based upon where things come up in like order of character generation, you know, you'd think that, oh, okay, this is mentioned here. Why is it at the end of the book, not like in the next section? Because why would you do that?
I absolutely thought Mike was putting a jockstrap on his face.
I know you did.
It's the North Texas.
How do you know this is? It's a North Texas.
100% was what I thought. I'm like, holy shit, you have no class.
It could be.
I got to tell you, Mike, that cloth masks are not as effective unless you put another mask behind it, and then it could be more effective.
I'm just doing this for the bonus. This is just for the bonus.
All right. Give Mike a +5. He's going to need it.
Okay. Who would you be if you could live in a new way, in a new world? Imagine for a moment that you are in the future. Civilization has crumbled, and you find yourself on a new Earth.
So next year.
Yeah. Where the spirits of your ancestors have been reborn, and fantastic creatures from other worlds roam freely. Almost sounds a bit like Rifts, but I guess not. Once you have a concept in mind, you have taken the first step toward building a character. This is the persona you will take on in play, reacting as your character would to the story the Spirit Keeper tells. You are a spirit, by the way, in this game. I would be the spirit.
Don't I know it?
So I get to keep your spirit, eh? All right. Step 1. After you read over the core rules, which, let's be honest, how many players actually read over the core rules before going into a play session?
Oh, no.
No.
Nope.
Also, that would assume that everybody bought a $140 game.
Right.
And $140, you got one jackass buying it, and everybody else is cribbing on for free. Take out a blank character sheet, which they only included one.
I have one over here.
Okay. Well, or you can, or if you have it on, you can pull out a blank piece of paper, but you have this on the screen so you can follow along, folks. 2, complete the character sheet.
Well, I have to point out, it is also an excellent design philosophy to make your books so small that you have to fold all of your character sheets. That's helpful. Yeah. That's super awesome.
You noticed that in the scan, didn't you?
I did. Because I looked at the scan and I said, Eric, what the fuck is wrong with you? Nothing.
Nothing.
Not a thing.
I didn't put that crease in there. That crease was there for me.
Yes. Do you get a +1 for the crease?
No, you don't. Zwicki, though, if you wear a full costume, you get +10. So
wow.
Where's my Satan outfit? It's back here somewhere.
Oh, Jesus, that's right. Yeah, Mike, I don't think there's a profession called Satan, but you never know.
There should be. I mean, come on, seriously.
All right. Like I said, step 2, complete the character sheet.
I honestly don't think we're going to be able to.
All right. The first section includes primary character traits, such as name.
That's a trait?
That's a trait. According to the rules, your name is a trait. Or a treat. I have no fucking idea.
All right. My character's name is going to be Zippy the Clown Boy.
Zippy the Clown Boy. That has an image. I could see the mask for Zippy the Clown Boy.
Oh, yes.
My character is going to be named Bingo.
Is his name
Bingo and Zippy?
You see how Shadrach, you're saying +5 for a mask, +15 if you have a costume. It isn't quite. It's +10 if you have a costume. It doesn't state whether that's cumulative. So,
of course it doesn't. Yeah. So
there are points where it does state where things are cumulative on the same chart where other stuff is not cumulative.
Again, where you're going to have to home rule already. You're going to have to home rule rules already. That's great.
All right. So now you have to fill in species. Now you think that species would be in the next section, right?
No, I'd love to know what species I am. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So did we get past name yet?
No, we're Bingo and Zippy. That's it.
Okay. Bingo and Zippy. So species. Now I'm on page 15. Species starts on page 53 because that's how organized this book is. The next thing we tell you to do, now you got to find it. All right. Anakin, basically, they're like giants. They're big boned. They're 9 to 15 feet.
What are they called?
Anakin.
But they're not
like
really
Skywalker?
Yeah, Anakin starts Skywalker. Yeah, you know.
Holy shitballs.
But they're giant. But they're basically because that's the one thing about this book is none of the monsters are traditional mythical monsters. They're all new, made up monsters. Everything's new in here. This is all new stuff.
Right.
So nothing familiar. It's all new.
Andro. Now, would you like to guess what an andro would be?
Isn't that stuff you used to take to get more energy, or was that something?
No,
Andro is a steroid.
Oh, it is. I guess
not that I would know.
Of course you know,
but 100% it is.
ANDRO.
That's 100%.
That's 100%
what it is.
All right. Well, in this case, it's not that. In this case, it's an android that looks reminiscent of Dr. Doom.
Okay, so you got like a face mask.
They co-opted Dr. Doom for their savagely clever game.
So you have a giant, you have a Dr. Doom robot. How many more species? How many species are there?
Ion, which is they're from a distant civilization in another galaxy.
Ooh.
And then they reference another species that hasn't been referenced yet, because that's how you do things.
Can you just be human, or is that not a?
Dude, no, maybe, I don't know.
How plebeian.
This looks vaguely Silver Surfer-like without the surfboard. Okay, Manquati.
What?
Manquati. They're compared to amphibians and lizards of Earth. They are basically.
Mike, you have to play the man cootie.
I got man cooties.
I got man cooties.
I got the man cooties.
I kind of like the robot guy.
Wait. There's more. You have morphs. There's two types of morphs. Avians and Gaetians. And Gaetians aren't geishas. Gaetians are felines. Don't ask. I don't know. It gets gato, right?
All right.
Nephilium.
What is
their branch of humanity? They're a forgotten branch of humanity.
No. That is not accurate at all. Okay.
Sapiens. These are human beings, our near future selves.
Oh, there you go. Well, that's kind of human. There you go.
And they look like, I guess, like Aztec type of things, wearing Aztec armor and blaster rifles.
Well, I'm going to go on record as saying I think these are interesting. There's an interesting mix here of kind of like everything.
Yes.
The names are confusing because I would not have named one species after a steroid. That's a little weird. And whatever the man crotch is, that's just a little too weird. But I will say that there is an interesting mix of, do you want to be the lizard guy, the robot guy,
Yeah, but there is no lizard or robot guy.
There is.
Who was the lizard guy?
The lizard guy was the Manquati.
The Manquati is the lizard man.
Manquati is a lizard. Okay, and then somebody was the robot.
Right, the robot was the Andro.
Steroids.
Andro the robot. Yeah, steroid the robot.
So steroids and okay, do you want to be steroid or Manquati?
I'll whatever you want. I'll be the other one. So you just pick one.
I think I need to be the steroid.
Okay, I'm the lizard guy. I'm Manquati.
All right.
How do you spell it, Eric?
Manquati.
No, Manquati. Quatti.
Oh dear. This is well. I won't say anything yet. I think this is one of the flaws of the game because I think there's too many weird names, and I know that sounds bad for a fantasy, sci-fi, weird mix-up game. You want to have weird names. These are too weird, but okay. Except for Andro.
The problem is you can't equate it to anything else.
Right.
They have taken the creative aspect a step too far. You can't relate to these things.
That's a very good point, Skeeter, because that's kind of like game design 101, right? Okay, so I'll give you a historical example. One of the reasons why Empire of the Petal Throw never caught on was because it's a great game, it's a great setting, but it's too alien for most people. It requires a whole paradigm shift of thinking about what it is because it takes place on another planet far away, like 5,000 years in our future or past or whatever, and a lot of the character classes and the monsters are just too alien for you to have anything that transfers to modern fantasy. Professor,
and you have to be familiar with the backstory,
right? And Professor Barker was a genius, but that was one of the barriers to playing that game was that there was so much to know to play that game. You had to learn so much to play that game.
Right.
I think we're running into the same issue here, except not the genius part.
because I feel like
Barker was a genius.
I feel like this would make more sense if I beat my head into the wall a few times and could start to smell colors and taste sound. That might make this easier.
I saw somebody a video about somebody who saw sounds and bizarre stuff, man.
Yeah, it's synesthesia or something like that. Your senses are a little bit different. I mean, that's a real thing, but this is not a real thing. I'm going on record. I'm saying right now.
I'm done saying right now. It's a real thing because I paid $140 for this shit.
It's real. No. This is a glitch in the Matrix.
I'm not saying it's real good. I'm not saying it's real good.
This is an Agent Smith in the Matrix.
Mark makes a good point. Mark, Skyrim's of Jeroen's the same issue. It's a great setting, a great game. It's very hard to play because you have to learn so much backstory to play. I think we're running into the same problem here, except this is not the equal of Skyrim's of Jeroen or Techie Mill. But we seem to be running into the same issue here. This is very alien. This is going to be hard to wrap our heads around.
Yeah, we have a very active comment section. I'm just trying to get through them all here and put them all on the screen.
We have to figure out why a lizard man and an android are even friends. They're palling around together. To figure that out.
Oh, Android, you got to make a choice now, a further choice.
All right.
Uh-oh.
You got to have an andro type. Flesh, scrap, UT, off-world, or battle. And some of them are pretty much self-explanatory.
Oh my god.
Okay, now go through that again.
Flesh. I guess that sounds like it would be Westworld. Scrap. UT.
What is that?
Utility androids.
Oh, like a bot, like a helpful bot. Yeah.
They're the ones that can figure out.
I am 100% not helpful. So.
No, not at all. No.
Off-world or battle.
No, I'm going to be off-world.
Okay.
All right. You originated amongst the stars.
Hell yeah, I do.
As much as the creatures that you arrive with. And android of this type has a +5 bonus on all ability scores.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, bitches. I picked right.
You picked right, B. Next is Sigil. Now I'm gonna probably just say Sigil. I know this is it's basically a coin. Your box comes with 4 coins, 4 Sigil coins, and there's 4 different Sigils. So each coin has 1 Sigil on each side. Like they're paired up. Sigils make. I don't understand the effect here. They are symbols of power that characters can use for focusing energy to achieve desired outcomes. While many Sigils exist, this Giantlands first edition only includes 4. Oh, okay. And you will receive a Sigil coin associated with the primary Sigil on your character sheet. But it doesn't tell you how to... It tells you have to pick one, but doesn't really tell you what it means. It tells you what they do. The 4 of them, like, this one's the builder. This one's the primary energy of life. But it doesn't... I don't understand it. I'm
sorry, I fell asleep as you were trying to explain that. I'm sorry.
It's totally different.
I had a total brain shutdown.
Yeah, so here, Sigil, you're going to put down whatever. Because this is the DM copping out and saying, we'll have to come back to that because we'll be here forever figuring that one out.
Let's put a pin in that.
Yes. The next part is chiefdom. Now, chiefdom, from what I can gather, because it is mentioned, but more of like how big a tribe is, and it's chiefdoms and tribes. It's like your village, but your GM will have to figure that shit out.
Who gives a shit? I'm an adventurer.
Exactly, but you know what? Here. Now you get to the good part. All right, let me restate that. Now you get to the next part. Okay, now you get to step 3. You got to roll for your 6 ability scores using a D100 for each ability.
Okay.
Hey, hold on. I got these giant ass dice for Christmas.
So they're giant lands.
So I'm going to use these for Giantlands. All right, what am I rolling for?
Spirit, mind, body, toughness, urgency. Like I guess.
It's right there. Okay.
Spirit, mind, body. What's the other one's toughness?
Urgency and luck.
toughness, urgency, and luck.
And I get a +5 because I'm awesome.
Right, but we'll add the +5 at the end.
Wait, okay, so while he's rolling, what do I need to know about my lizard guy, my Mancootie?
You mean Cootie?
Do I have different tribes of Mancootiness?
Nope.
Or how does this work?
No,
I'm just a lizard guy.
Right. You will, however, get +10 to your luck, +5 to your body. Let me figure
Holy
out.
shit. I am a fighting machine.
He's a fighting machine. You also get built-in armor. You get scaled flesh.
Oh, yeah, because I'm a scaly fucker. I'm a scaly motherfucker.
Armor you can operate
armor.
And you get a bonus to hit avian and giant creatures.
All right.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that's interesting.
I am kicking ass, taking names.
You know, because it's a character you'll never actually get to play. That is why.
All right, I'm adding 5 to my abilities because I have my fucking mask here. So let's see what I got. Let's see what I got here. Okay, go over Skeeters while I roll my. Oh dear.
Bad. Now.
Oh, good. Oh, this one's bad.
Okay. Now, once you have your abilities done, you get to roll a D10.
Okay.
And you can distribute those points however you want. Now, there's a chart that will tell you.
You get 10 points among 6 abilities. Oh, that's great.
All right.
Well, you know, it's kind of like having 18-0-0 strength. Like, all right, well, if I had like 7 skills with 0-0, I have a ton of hit. Like, you want to play that chart? I'm guessing that's where that comes into play. Oh, wow. I missed that +5 bonus by 2 points.
Okay.
Now.
Oh, so you roll 10. So
this is
another
ridiculous.
10 you add among your 6 points.
Right.
The range is too big on this. The range is way too big.
But wait. You have a Mulligan Rule.
The fantastic thing is my urgency is the lowest ability I have, and it's even lower than my regular urgency.
All right. Well, here. Now, I got to tell you. Listen, you have a Mulligan Rule. Are you ready for the Mulligan
Of course
Rule?
you do.
Sure. Why not?
If you don't like one of your rolled numbers, you can take a single mulligan and re-roll that number until the result is larger than the rejected number. You can do this up to 20 times, but if it's not rolled before the 20th time, you must accept the 20th roll.
So I had it.
Okay, so I call bullshit because that is not an OSR rule.
None of this is OSR. This is ridiculous.
No, but that is very
costume, dude. Where's your fucking
that is very specific. You roll in order and you play until you die, and then you create another character.
All right, I just re-rolled my body because my body was 19. I was a scrawny fuck.
Okay.
And now,
dude,
I got a 63. So my body's awesome now.
If you don't have to roll 20 times. Good.
Do you want to know what my roll is?
Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor.
My body roll is 80. And that is not the highest one I got.
My mind's 98. I'm the smartest motherfucker in the galaxy, dude. I can outthink the computer.
My toughness is 91.
Jeez Louise. My abilities are pretty average.
I'm the juggernaut.
So let's go down our ability. So my spirit's 44, mine 98. My reroll body is 68 plus my 5. Toughness is 43, urgency 62. My luck is 37. That ain't too great, kids. But it's pretty average. I like my mind. I'm an extremely smart dude here. Not like real life. Very, very much like real life.
Okay.
Really so what do you got, Skeeter? What are your abilities?
My spirit is 80.
Oh dear. Yeah, that's
my mind is 22.
Oh dear.
Body is 80. Toughness is 91.
Jeez.
Urgency is 17. And luck is 85.
So now which one are you?
I'm the juggernaut.
Which one are you going to re-roll?
This is a great we're a great team here because
I'm not re-rolling anything.
I got the smart.
You can
re-roll. And it doesn't matter. You re-roll score. It's a freebie. You get to re-roll your lowest score.
I'm not doing it. I'm taking a stand.
Right. Okay.
Well, you're not playing by the rules, but I like your gumption. I like your moxie there.
Old school.
All right.
Rulings, not rules.
Now we have to figure out your emotions.
Oh yeah, I'm very emotional.
Complete dick.
Well, so really,
And that better be on the chart.
Here, see now, all right. So emotions are an important part of role playing a character well. The better the players can express their characters and their emotions, get in touch with yourself, the more believable the adventures become for everyone at the table. But part of that is knowing what you fear. So, give me a D10 roll.
I don't fear shit. Did you see my stats?
All right, I got a 10. I rolled 10.
Oh, I got a 9.
Ooh.
All right. So, number 9, you fear ancient relics.
Okay, that's reasonable.
It gives you a minus 14 to your attack penalty and a plus 17 to your armor bonus, I guess, as you cower.
Way too much. Way too much math.
And
what
by
about
the way,
10?
Yeah, no, these are just, very, they're large numbers, but they aren't rounded numbers. And who had 10? Okay.
Yeah, I had 10.
That's 10. Perfect. It's sigil attacks, which I don't fucking understand.
Oh, perfect. Oh, awesome. I'm afraid of something that the DM doesn't understand. That works great.
Minus 20 is your penalty to hit, and plus 11 is your armor bonus.
So it kind of
sigil attacks.
It kind of looks like I am turning into Conan Robot.
Conan Robot. All right, Conan Robot.
Yeah, you're the robot, and I'm the wise lizard man. This is perfect. This is a great team.
By the way, we've generated your scores, but they haven't told us yet to actually look up what your scores mean on the chart.
Oh, yeah, I have no clue with these.
Just letting you know that we've generated.
How much you want to bet? How much you want to bet high scores are bad?
Well, no, they're good.
I mean, let's be creative.
No.
Step 5. Turn to the weapons and armor section of this book, and you will roll your weapons and armor.
What do we have to roll? What dice?
Your basic clothing.
What do we roll?
All right, so roll a d10.
I'm about through with this game already. 2.
Leather. Leather is widely used as clothing.
I look great in leather. Lizards look great in leather.
Yeah,
they do.
Plus 15 armor bonus.
So you're wearing another lizard?
Things went very badly at the home.
Hold on.
Apparently.
My upbringing was very bad.
And I would assume you also get a roll on the standard armor chart. So roll again.
Okay. And then I also got an 8.
Do we get an opportunity to die during character creation?
You get an eye on top. I guess it's like a garter, no, like a bustier, maybe.
I hope it's a bustier because I got boobs from here to here. God, come on.
The armor absorbs up to 25 life points of damage from attacks.
Pretty good. I got good armor because I got 15 because I'm a lizard guy too. So my armor's doing pretty good.
25 for your armor on that one too.
Yeah. Well, I got 25, 35, 40. I got 55 armor bonus already, and I'm only first level. I've already got 55 bonus to my armor.
Let's see what your basic clothing is.
I got a 5.
You get a shawl. Its armor value is 2, and it doesn't do much, but it looks good.
He doesn't care. He's going to go into battle. He doesn't care if it's.
I'm like a little old woman Conan.
It's actually a robot. That's what
hold on. Let's get your standard armor. Give me a D10 roll.
Okay, 3.
Exo cuffs. These gauntlets break enemy melee weapons on a successful strike.
Nice.
Plus 10 to your armor. Now, we need to figure out your standard melee weapon.
For both of us?
Yeah.
Well, we have we don't have ray guns or something?
I don't know yet.
All right, I got another 2.
You have an ion staff. It does 5 points of damage.
Okay, I got an eye on top and an eye on staff. I got an eye on you.
And by the way, every weapon has like a paragraph describing what it does.
Oh, I'm sure.
And as a DM, that's fucking annoying that they all have special. Just fucking do damage. In any case, they make your opponent make a laid saving throw. Or take.
Okay, Skeet, roll your weapon. I hope it's his bare fist because he seems like a badass.
9.
You got the kukri blades.
Oh, of course.
So your staff did 5 damage. These blades do 25 damage.
Oh, he's the fighter. He's the fighter. I'm behind him. He's doing the fighting. I'm the brains with a lot of armor on. He's the badass that goes out and kicks. Kicks
and you
butt.
also get a standard ranged weapon.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
My standard ranged weapon is Mike.
Like he throws
Just
the
gonna throw his ass.
because my skin's so hard.
My ass. All right, so somebody give me a D10 roll.
Go get him, Mike.
All right, how about 7?
You have a Merc X. It does plus 12 damage, and it's a Man-Quaddy Trade Alliance Guard rifle. I guess that works.
Oh, it's a rifle. And how much does it do?
12. Plus 12.
Okay.
I'm wondering if a lot of these names were supposed to be other words. They just screwed up the spelling because of poor editing.
I don't know, man. I don't know. All right, you give me D20 roll, D10 roll. Sorry.
5.
You have a. I'm about to say Tard, but the Trad, Trad. It's a plus 11 damage, and it's a common Man-Quaddy Trade Alliance sidearm.
Well, why does the Man-Quaddy have? I must have loaned it to him. That makes sense. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you know.
I probably shoved you
Well, we're
down and
buddies.
took it from you.
All right.
We're best. No, I'm saying we're best friends. I'm not going to go with
I think we are.
conflict.
I
best
think you
friends.
bought me out of a shop.
Maybe I built you. I'm so smart. I probably built
Maybe you
and
did.
stuck a brain in you. I stuck somebody's
Yeah.
brain in you. We see we're already role playing the hell out of this. We're role playing
Yeah.
the shit out of this already. This is
Makes
great.
more sense than the character creation.
Andrew, thank you. That the single stuff is very confusing when it's in the player's book and they don't explain it. So you like choose a single. All right. So next, calculate your character's overall life force by adding the highest and the lowest of mind, body, and spirit.
All right, so I've got a.
Rob, I don't have an answer for you, man. I don't have an answer for you. It's about giant land.
My life force is 142.
Okay.
Mine is 102.
All right. But wait, now I got to go to.
Oh dear.
Now we got to do some long division and carry
Look
the
at my
7.
sheet. Look at my sheet already. Look at this bullshit. Look at this sheet.
All right.
Dude, in the amount of time this has taken, I could have made 10 Swords and Wizardry characters.
You could have killed 3 Traveler characters.
No kidding.
All right. Mike, what is your spirit?
It's 44.
Whiskey.
All right. So you get plus 5 life force.
Oh, and add another 5. Okay.
And plus 10.
Oh my God.
And plus 10 bonus to lay, L-E-Y, saving throw value. Skeet, what is your?
Plus 10 to get laid. I like that.
What is my what?
What is your spirit?
My spirit is 80.
Oh, dear.
All right. So now, good. So now I get to explain a complicated, stupid.
Oh, thank you.
Let's do it.
All right.
We were waiting for that. Damn.
At 80, it says you get a plus 20 bonus to lay saving throw value. But you look at the bottom of this chart, it says, note, life force bonuses are cumulative. Bonuses to lay saving values are not. On the same fucking chart, you get 2 bonuses. So now, from 6 to 15, you get plus 5 life force. From 25 to 37, you get plus 10 life. That's plus 10 to your lay, which doesn't make a difference because you're not adding it. But 49 to 54, you get plus 10 life points. So instead of saying 15, like they're doing the other one, they're giving you the actual total. This is what it is. You take the highest one. No, with life, you have to add it. So you get plus 15 to your life force because they couldn't find a way to make that simpler to figure out.
I'm going to have a cookie. I never eat on air, but I think I feel like I need a cookie. And Skeeter, if you were here, I'd give you a cookie too. Because you look like you need a cookie.
I need some heroin.
Okay.
Heroin?
Yeah, I need some heroin to get through this game.
I've got hold on.
All right.
I can't do that. Okay.
So now your mind ability score modifier. Mike, what's your mind?
Oh, I'm 98. I got a hell of a mind.
He got all the mind.
98. Jeez. Make a mind check to find ley energy effects on beings or sense ley items.
Ooh.
And I don't know what a mind check is. I'm assuming it's roll a mind or less. Yeah, I guess so. All right. So yeah, so you can use the items that make your partner freak out. Okay.
Okay, I have a question. Mr. Tenkar, I have a question.
Yes.
Yes,
At
what point do we get to stop making a character and just start talking shit about these companies? Because I mean, honestly, I think we've proven enough.
I'm happy to put that to the side.
How much is there to wait? How much is there to go? I mean, come on. I'm really getting into this guy, this random piece of
Mike. Numbers. We're only 3 pages into the book.
Well, here, I'll tell you what's your body?
My body is 68.
My body is a playground.
Yeah. my body's had various crimes committed.
You get a chance to heal for 5 points of life once per day, and you get a plus 20 bonus to body score for physical effort.
How do you die in this game? We're so powerful.
If you die, not if the android dies. If the android dies, he comes back in 48 hours.
Oh, well, of course, he's an android. Yeah,
because he's an android. Okay, if you die, you have up to 3 lives, and you have to see.
Oh, okay. Just like the original D&D, just like OD&D, right? Okay.
Yes. Didn't you know?
Oh wait, never mind.
Holy shit! I'm Galactus with his brain removed. I come back in 48 hours. See, Galactus. Oh, I can't get it on the camera.
Yeah. How does that happen?
All right, Skeet. What's
he regenerate?
We're gonna do for another 2 minutes. Skeet, what's your body?
My body is 80.
So yeah, you get to make a body check to heal 10 life points once per day. Wow. Okay. What's your toughness, gentlemen?
43.
91.
Whoa.
43. You resist 2 damage from the first successful melee attack.
Gee,
what was the other? What were you, Skeet? 93.
91.
91. You resist 3 damage from the first successful melee attack.
He's the about to say from 43 to 91.
That's when you
have that is a serious spread of numbers.
These numbers are all over the place. They're all over the place.
All right, I know you want to know about urgency. What urgency does?
Yes, I'm urgent. I want to know what the urgency does.
I am going to bet that urgency has to do with how many fucks you have to give, because that's why it's my lowest score.
Oh, that's right. Skeeter, what was yours? 17?
17.
Plus 5 bonus to luck score. At 17, you're getting a plus 5 bonus.
Well, I got a 62. What am I getting? I must be getting 100 or something.
Okay, I'm assuming this is all.
No, you're getting a plus 6.
You strike a second time with the same weapon at no deduction, get a plus 10 bonus to luck score, resist 2 points of damage from the first successful melee attack, and strike a second time with a dagger-sized weapon at no deduction. And plus 5 points to your luck score. And
I got some Advil here somewhere.
What does
luck
actually do?
Luck. Well, here, you got to tell me what your luck is.
My luck at this point is 90.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right.
I am invulnerable.
So once per encounter, you get a plus 20 to target any creature.
Oh, shit.
Okay, Mike, what's yours?
Mine's a 30. Mine's a 37. I'm not quite as lucky.
You get plus 1 once per encounter.
Well, there's a spread. That's a pretty good spread then. 1 from 20. Okay.
But if it was 24, 16 to 24, you'd be at minus 1.
Oh,
to all encounters. To all encounters. You're always at a minus. So
no wonder you get to roll again then. That makes sense. You don't want to be too low.
You're hearing. So now, by the way, they don't tell you this up front, right? This wasn't on the character generation. But hearing, seeing, and smelling are important senses, and you would roll them on a D100. But they're not listed on the character sheet, right? Oh, they are.
We have a question in the chat. When do we get to the sperm count?
Listen, this is not fatal. Okay,
whatever. Yeah, I think fatal might have had that, but I don't.
Okay.
We did that part. Then you have to choose a profession. But here's the thing about profession: it doesn't mean shit. Really.
Tax accountant. I'm a tax.
It gives you your 2-hit bonus, your 2-hit chart. But it doesn't.
I'm a
garbage
gardener.
I'm a garbage man. I didn't want to be a garbage man. I was so smart, but I couldn't. And I found Skeeter's body in the garbage. I pulled it out and I fixed him up and made him a badass robot.
Well, here,
better than anything we've done so far. That was the best role playing we've had tonight.
That is
when
perfect.
you choose your profession, you still have to roll your special thing.
Oh.
You know what this really is? I hate to say this, reminded me, and I know a lot of people swear by this game. I used to swear at it. Villains and vigilantes, where every power you have is randomly determined. Everything that your superhero did was
except I liked villains and vigilantes.
I didn't like the randomness because I used to get wacky ass shit that made no sense.
But you could always pick it. I mean, come on, you could.
You know how this game was created. Somebody had a bad acid trip and a tape recorder, and that's where the text file came from.
I thought you were going to say
here's what's weird about this.
Tapeworm, and it
this
gave
isn't
them
like.
this.
So this can't really be Jim Ward creating this because this isn't like anything he's ever done. But I'm just
now okay.
This
so
be a diehard. This must be diehard doing this, right?
So what I think happened is I think some of the creative elements probably came from Jim as an idea, maybe
because he's a world builder, right? That's what he does.
I mean, he has the science and the space and the interesting creativity out there. But what happened was somebody decided, oh, I'm gonna strap on a rule set that makes no sense. And since we don't want to use 3d6, let's throw some percentile dice at this. And let's just have some crazy attributes. That is what I am betting.
It's trying to be so different that it's so different that it doesn't. See, it doesn't relate to anything. It's not relatable. It doesn't. I think it also reminds me of too. Did anybody after Gary left TSR? Did you pick up? What was the one? Legendary, not the Legendary Adventures. What was the one? What was the game he did after that for GDW?
Dangerous
Journeys. Dangerous Journeys. Yeah.
Did you read that book and try to understand it, and it made no sense?
Dude, I owned it.
I couldn't figure it out.
I had the Magic book.
And this is what this is like because it's so many new concepts that don't relate to anything you've ever played it's just the learning curve is huge. And that was my problem with Dangerous Journeys. The learning curve was gigantic on that. And that's also why nobody plays Dangerous Journeys at conventions. You go to a convention, there's no Dangerous Journey games. It's too hard. There's too many concepts there that don't relate to anything. Right. And that's also why there's very few Empire of the Petal Throne games at any place like that. I mean, it's the same. There's no Skyrim's of Jeroen games at these conventions. When you have a concept that's so out there that you have to explain it so carefully, this is the kind of thing you end up with. You
could not run this at a game convention because it would take you an hour to explain the rules.
Yes.
And then it's going to take you another hour to create a character. Well, and then you get to adventure for maybe an hour and a half, and people are going to get up from the table and say, I want my fucking money back.
And here's your fucking mask. But it comes with 3 pre-gens. I'll give them credit. But that assumes a very small gaming group if you only have 3 pre-gens. And by the way, character bonuses starts around 16 or 25 on these things. So pretty much whatever you roll, especially since you can re-roll your lowest score, is giving you bonuses. And once everything has a bonus, then the default is it's like here, I'm gonna give everybody a curved grade. I'm gonna grade in a curve and I'm gonna add a whole letter grade to it.
Okay. So
still doesn't change.
Now that we've gotten into this a little bit, and Wonderful or Wonderfilled or Whataburger, whatever the fuck their company name is.
That's good.
If they are, doesn't it sound good? If they are marketing this to the old school players who love TSR in its very beginning, if any of those people spend $1 on this game, they need to shut their fucking mouths of complaining about Pathfinder. That is off the table. That is 100% off the table. If you buy this game, you have to sign a document in blood that says you can never say a game has too much crunch.
So true story. And I've told Eric this story. I have a friend that's not up on gaming, politics, what's going on in gaming. He bought this game because when they were briefly teamed up with TSR, he thought he was going to be supporting old school gaming by buying Giantlands, which was pimped as an old school OSR type game until they separated again. He got this and he was profoundly disappointed because there is nothing old school about this. Zero, nada, nothing. And he was profoundly disappointed. Put it all back in the box and he'll put it in his closet, back in his closet, and was pissed off that he spent the money on it.
This has nothing to do.
I laughed at him. I laughed at him because he shouldn't have bought the game because to begin with. But
I didn't get into science fantasy until way later. I didn't play it at the very beginning. I was an adult before I even knew it was really a thing. I mean, I had heard about Star Frontiers, but never played any of it. Never got to. Got into this stuff much later. Whatever this game is and whoever designed it, this is not old school gaming. And I was having a conversation with somebody else, and I was talking to him about how my old school cred got called on the carpet a couple of years ago, that like I had turned my back on old school gaming and Swords of Wizardry and all this stuff because I released something for 5th edition. It was like, motherfucker, I started playing in 1978. I know the day. And I have read or played almost every day since then. I didn't take 10 years off when I went to school to actually have a career or raise a family. I played. So you don't get to call out my old school credentials, especially in game design. Now, Jim Ward, he could say, oh, you don't know shit. Comparatively, yeah, no kidding. But these other people, nope, this is not the game for you.
I'm going to give, so I'll give Giant Heart and Giant Field one caveat, and I'll be honest here. When they separated from TSR, they did not promote this as an old school game. Now, yes, while they were TSR, they did, but I think that was mostly Lanas's doing because he was trying to sell something. Afterwards, I did not see Giant Heart or Ward refer this as old school.
If you go to their website, we got the gang back together, right? We got the gang back.
Yeah, they did. They did make a big point that they had Ernie and
no,
and Elmore and
Ernie. It's not Ernie. Remember, it's
Gary Gygax Jr. and Elmore. Yeah, Elmore
and Larry Elmore did the art, and I'm gonna squee. I'm sorry, I'm making fun of somebody else's unboxing video. They'll have to forgive me, but I really felt uncomfortable. And
boy, that video scarred you. I can tell.
It really did. It's like, where did the video touch me? Right on my soul.
That guy, I thought he was going to ejaculate into the box when he opened it.
I did too.
That was rough.
It was really like.
I'm sorry, you got my attention with that one.
All right, so
it was a very pro Giantlands video.
I'm gonna just go kind of like, oh my god, oh look at that. It's a Larry Elmore cover. Does anybody do artwork like that? Oh, I remember growing up, it was Larry Elmore. Oh my God. There's art on the inside cover. There's art on the inside cover.
It was like the guy had never seen a game before. That was the first box he's ever opened in his life. He was
Larry Elmore art is fantastic. That man could draw on a cocktail napkin and it would be amazing. And super cool dude.
Oh yeah. Catch him at a convention. He's great. He's awesome.
Yeah. Very approachable, very nice.
He's come to North Texas. Gentleman. We're 500 idiots at North Texas. He's come to North Texas to hang out with 500 idiots. Yes, he's a great guy. And so none of this is on Larry's art, which is awesome. And honestly, the more that we went into this, I don't know how much of it is actually on Jim Ward, except because this isn't like any other game Jim Ward has ever written or had anything to do with.
No,
I think they were work for hire. I think Dionheart came up with this, and they were work for hire to put this into some kind of a legible or playable form.
Look at the screen. Steven Stromlo says, Ward ran out of hours is the story I was told, and it got rushed. And I can believe it. I mean,
yeah.
Listen, just going from take everything else away for a moment. You look at, what was it, the spirit chart? Why is it, there's 2 adjustments going on, right? There's 2 bonuses you can earn. And one is cumulative, and one is giving you the actual, what you're getting. Why would you do that on 2 different ways of figuring out your bonuses on the same chart? That's poor game design. This is not coming from somebody who's a great game designer. I didn't fucking say which we like. I distilled down to nothing. But that is like an obvious one.
There is no way this came direct from Jim. And there is no way that this was a time management issue. This game's mechanics are the mechanics. Now, the creativity you can't really say is good or bad because creativity is relative. The races and all that stuff, we're joking around. They may make sense, they may not. That's fine. That's like your personal flavor of pizza.
Right.
The mechanics involved in this are not good.
Let me add to that. So there was a game company in the late 70s, early 80s called FGU, Fantasy Games Unlimited.
Oh, great.
A hallmark of them. Great idea, like Aftermath, Skull and Crossbones, Daredevils. We played Daredevils, Bushido. They had some great ideas. Once you got into the game, they were hard, very difficult to run. The rules were all over the place. Space Opera was one. Flashing Blades is actually, I mean, that's a great idea. Great idea for a game. It's swashbuckling in the, kind of like Three Musketeers. They would have these great settings and great ideas, and then once you got to the rules, it's like, whoa, power down. It was so difficult to play any of those FGU games. And that's what this reminds me of. Maybe it's a great idea. I don't, it sounds interesting, I guess, but it's very much like those FGU games that it just the rules itself, like Skeeter said, just bog it down.
It's there's just too much going on, and you're hitting somebody with too much stuff. I've been looking at my RuneQuest stuff. I've been buying RuneQuest stuff. And you can take RuneQuest and you can take your knowledge from the quick start and then the starter set and get the full set. And it all progresses and it all makes coherent sense. And this, I'm sure, would have worked much better as a setting book for an OSR game than its own standalone.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. If this had been just a creative book, an idea generator, I'm all for it. I mean, Jim actually did that with the Storyteller's Handbook and the Storyteller's Thesaurus. I have those.
Yes.
They're good.
Yes.
They're helpful. I very much want Jim to do well. I want him to produce games. I want him to make his money. I want him to have a good time and be proud of the products he's putting out. We don't make a lot of money as game designers. And I mean, he's in a whole different sport than I am as a publisher, but Wonderfield is a small publishing company because they've only put out one thing. There may be a bunch of famous people there, and it's the same thing with Lanasa and TSR 3.0. They're small publishers, which is why I get irritated, because people look at that and think, oh, this is indicative of what small publishers do. And it's like, no, it isn't. I'm on this show to talk about the small publishers who actually give a shit about the product they put out.
Sure.
These guys are not it.
Well, yeah, listen, do I think that Wonderfield believes that they put together an amazing product. Yes, I mean, the box is stupidly done, but lavishly done. Okay, they include wooden tokens. They include 2 golf pencils, which is more than a certain good friend of mine, Ken Whitman, could bother getting out to his backers. But the thing is, you can make a physically good product that's overpriced. And let's not even go past that. If you were back in the Kickstarter, you were getting this for $70 plus shipping. So this is, they only had like 77 or 78 backers on a Kickstarter. And by the way, Stephen, yeah, the signed copies were going for $199. I saw that. You know what? I don't pay for signatures. I go to conventions. If I need somebody to sign a book, they'll generally sign it for free. Yeah.
Hey,
people ask me for my signature, God knows why, but you know.
Hey, if you bring your copy of Giantlands to TotalCon, I'll sign it Stephen Deinhardt for you.
Actually, you know what you have to do? You have to do what I used to have to do when I was signing for my superior officers. Eric Tenkar for Stephen Deinhardt. So you can discard Skeeter Green for Stephen Deinhardt.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that to Jim.
No.
I'd 100% do it to Ernie, though.
I think Ernie would appreciate it. But again, these are books. It's a game that's being marketed. It's something that's very passionate for Deinhardt. I understand that. I respect that. This is his baby. This is his setting. It's supposed to be I don't know, theme park at some point. And if you're playing this at a convention, you're supposed to be like wearing masks and full costume. Sorry, but I'm an adult. I don't even wear costumes in bed. I'm certainly not going to be wearing it at the game table, so I can't do it. I'll wear it though to raise money for charity. I'll wear it to raise money for North Texas, but I'm not wearing it to role play a game. Oh, we lost Mike. I was wondering why he was so quiet.
Is he sick of my shit already? God, that's unusual.
No, he's at the warehouse. Sometimes he has good connection. Sometimes he has bad. Usually when Mike is quiet for that long, I get suspicious. It's like, Mike is never that quiet.
It froze. Okay, so there's actually a good question in the chat.
I don't know if I've gotten to it yet. Go ahead.
No, I'm looking at it on YouTube. What would you guess would be the cost to produce that box set if you made 500 copies?
Well,
I mean, just and this is really not cool to do, and we're not shitting on Wonderfield or anything like that. But I mean, for the material, since you have it, for the materials you have, what do you think it would take to produce that?
Okay, well here,
because the box has got to be pricey with that.
It's for the inside cover
printed on the inside.
And I've shown this before, but this is the starter box for RuneQuest. It is full of shit. It's heavy as hell. It's $30. So it's sold at cost. I'm sure they're not making money on it. By the way, Deinhardt has to make money on this. I understand. Yeah. $140 is beyond the old school or new school impulse buy range. I think pricing it,
and that's a digest sized book, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a digest sized book. The box is a little bit bigger because it's got a little gap.
Okay, is that saddle stitch or perfect bound? And about how many pages?
Perfect bound, 86 pages or so for the first book. 54 for the second, and about 50 for the third.
Okay, there's 3 books and the box, right?
Right. There's also 3 character sheets, and there is a poster map. 2 pencils, wooden tokens, again, poster map, and I guess a bookmark. I haven't gotten to book 2 yet. No idea what the hell this does. Besides allowing me to pull my books out from the strangely sized box. So, 140 is a lot. I would say.
Oh, their margin should be fantastic.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But we have to say one thing. No matter what the cost or no matter the game, they have put out something which is more than new TSR has. So it's still the best game out there compared to both companies.
And honestly, the price of the game is irrelevant if it sells.
Sure.
If there is a market of people,
exactly.
If there is a market for people that will buy it, you can charge whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
But again, if we're talking, and it's a different company philosophy. If you're coming from the video game business philosophy, then absolutely, charge as much as you want. That's what has happened to video games. Video games are so massively expensive to produce because they're like little movies that you get to control. This game is not that. So I think that is going to keep them from getting any market share.
Oh, there's no market share.
I mean, at all, like enough to produce another product. They're going to be coming out of pocket for, the first half dozen products they do.
Well, and Skeeter, here's the thing. When you're selling a game and already it's being referred to as the first edition, which means that you're already saying, we're going to revise this. You've already told me that you're not going to support this much. And they're saying that right in the beginning of the damn book, Giantlands first edition. So you've already got long-term plans to not support this, to move on. That is not confidence building.
The only thing they can do right now is in version 2, if they tighten up the rules, they could create a license for Giantlands and have third-party publishers support it. That is the only way they could do anything forward. And at this point, it's such a toxic property. I don't know that anybody would do anything with it.
I don't even know if it's necessarily toxic. Although Steven is saying that the Giantlands Discord is extremely dead.
Okay. Eric, are you going to make a Giantlands Light?
No.
Okay.
No.
Where do you start? Oh boy.
Yeah. I mean,
I couldn't whittle that down. Well, first off,
couldn't whittle that down with a chainsaw.
Listen, there are concepts that would work better using other systems. You could have done something like this using, if you don't like D20, open D6, and you would have had a coherent system that people have understood, and you could have put your effort into designing the setting and making an awesome setting for people right out of the box, as opposed to confuse. Now, and again, I understand that whole fantasy heartbreaker. I want to design a system. I don't want to design a system. But I want to design a product that get into people's hands.
Well, even beyond I want to design a setting, which if you're in RPGs at all, that is the pinnacle of, besides creating a game from whole cloth, creating a setting is the biggest thing you can do. Now, saying you're going to support that setting by creating a theme park is just licking the frogs in the Amazon high. I mean, that is Jennifer Glazer, SGP will not be taking the project over, but thank you for asking.
Oh, I love you, Jim.
You crazy woman. What are you doing? How did they let you off a plane?
Well, she comes on our show. Zach doesn't. So that tells you everything you need to know right there.
Yeah.
Zach is way too high and mighty for.
Zach is stuck in VR like the lawnmower man.
He has. I think he has one of those suits now that he just sits there and
the haptic suit. Yep.
Yeah.
He talked to me about that.
Oh, it's creepy.
Okay.
God bless you, Jen.
So I know you guys try not to get social stuff too much on here, but Steven brought up in the chat on YouTube about Deinhardt and his trans hate, and was very public about it, which has nothing to do with the game, should have nothing to do with gaming at all. However, it does speak to the nature of the company, and it's just one more piece of the puzzle saying this is not somebody you want to back.
Oh, I'm not disagreeing. Now, there was something in here that sounded very non-Deinhardt like, but I'd be damned. You know what? I obviously I knew I was never going to need this for gameplay. I should have just dog eared the page.
Hey, we're doing a giveaway. Is that other than my bile towards this game?
I think Jim was hoping there was a giveaway, but I don't really think there's a giveaway.
No giveaway tonight. Listen. I promised people on the blog side that I would finish doing some kind of review on this, and as annoying as this comes out to be, God only knows.
I would be, honest. I'll be honest with you. I would like to see somebody. I would like to see Jim run this game, and I'm not saying that ugly or mean or anything. I really would like to see somebody run it. And maybe we're missing something. Maybe it runs.
Maybe Eric doesn't know how to read.
Well.
He has issues. No, I think, but that's the problem, though. It shouldn't be that confusing. Eric is a veteran of role-playing games like us. It should not be that confusing to do what we're doing. And as I'm writing down all these numbers here, I'm like, I don't even know how useful they are. And I've got all these numbers in the sheet, and that's the one thing that I think you should avoid. I mean, you know as well as I do that gaming took you start out role-playing games were simple. Then they went through a period in the 80s like, no, the more complicated it is, the more awesome a game it is. And then it got too complicated. Then we went back to OSR, which is, okay, you know what? Simplicity is best. And a lot of games have followed that design now. Even 5e you could sit down and play. And because they realize that all this wasted time, get the people at the table, get them rolling the dice, get them playing. Don't waste all this time rolling all this stuff. And that's the one thing they back to 1981, FGU game. We're going to roll all this unnecessary stuff that you don't really know what it means. It doesn't have any, you don't understand it even, but you just roll it all. And maybe if you knew the game like Jim Ward or Deinhardt, you could run it and be, oh, this is great. Because I've sat down at games before, I didn't know what I was doing, and the game master was able to get me into the game, and like, oh, this is wonderful. But Mike, that still doesn't make a good game design. That's still not a good game design.
When the creator knows how to play the game, but you can't give it to a third party to figure out, that's not good game design. Right. However, I want to address.
No, it's not.
I want to address Skeeter because on page 38, it will not show. Well, maybe it will. What does that top of 38 say? Gender. Giantlands encompasses many species, and most of these, including sapiens, have multiple options for gender and gender expression. Unless a species description has a special note about available genders, assume that non-binary options exist and that non-binary individuals are accepted and integral in their cultures.
I have a feeling that Deinhardt and Gary Gygax Jr. had a hard time swallowing that bit of text.
I am not disagreeing, but I will say it's in the book, page 38. I will give credit.
Kudos.
Where credit
I think that's fantastic.
You know,
I also whatever.
Listen, it's got its own paragraph. It's got its own subheading.
Hey man, I got to go to Wisconsin in a couple of months, man. I have to draw the line somewhere, man.
Oh, you don't want to get chased out of anywhere. Yeah, you might get banned.
Well,
in front. The picture. Have you seen this gentleman? There's a picture of Skeeter.
Hey, if somebody has a problem with me about how my social thoughts are, they're happy. I'm happy to discuss that with them in person. If you want to come at me about it, that's going to be a problem. But whatever, that's not what we're doing here. That is not at all the problem. But this is, Robin Irwin. What is the game supposed to be about? I don't know that we ever figured
Robin.
out.
Robin asked the most pertinent question of anybody.
Yeah. I mean,
yes.
Here's something interesting, and I just got a message on Facebook about this from one of our viewers. I trust their insight since they have done some self-publishing, including boxes. Looking at my cost, I can get that box alone if I buy 500 copies at $5.50 per unit with the inner lining.
Yeah, but I'm betting the Elmore art is quite a taste.
Oh, definitely.
So that's what, and I don't know the process of getting a box printed on the inside. That can't be easy.
With the inner printing, the entire unit they estimate would be about $26. Maybe that's even if they're underestimating, say it's $40. 140, 130 is still
well, that, I mean, it's a lot, but if your cost to produce is $25 to $40, then $100 retail gets a lot more.
They didn't do 500 copies though. You know how many copies they did?
How many?
2,000.
Oh, Jesus. Well, they're going to have some firewood for a while.
You know, it's like, we got to stay warm in these Wisconsin nights. Break out the Giantlands.
They've already discounted it a few times. They've already been discounting it. They've already had a discount this week. I think they just had it.
Aren't these sets on back order?
No.
Oh, that was something else.
Hold on. Here. You know what's on back order? Star Frontiers is on back order. By the way, that's a great shot, right? I mean, that book was viable.
Let's
segue to our favorite science fiction game, Star Wars, Star Frontiers.
Star Frontiers.
Oh, seriously?
This week in Gaming Stupid.
Now we're gonna do
this
it.
Week in Gaming Stupid.
Let's do it. Yeah. I think you're ready. Didn't we prime the pump? Didn't we prime the pump?
Oh, we primed it.
Bring it on.
Is primed.
So bring it on.
As has been mentioned elsewhere, including on this channel, that's a mock-up cover. So that cover ain't real. That cover is bullshit. It's also
that is not a book.
It's also like the fourth version of the Star Frontiers artwork cover, not counting the first time they advertised it, where they just used the artwork from the Nighthawks box set to advertise it, because you know, when you get the trademark, that includes all the copyright and all the art, right, man? That's how it works.
No, honestly, if I looked at that book, I'm interested. That artwork is cool.
Yeah. Hey, does it scream Star Frontiers to you?
No.
Okay. I just want to.
You know what that artwork screams to me, and I might get in trouble for saying this.
No,
Scientific Barbarian is what that screams to me.
Oh shit! Yeah, you know it does.
Yeah. Star Frontiers? No.
All right.
Not at all.
So if I show you another piece of art,
I'm surprised they don't rip off any Buck Rogers art and just change the hues.
Oh, wait. Can't do that because the Flint Dille Trust might sue the shit out of you.
No, boy, yeah.
You think they're afraid of getting sued at this point?
Well,
it's like how you build up calluses.
True. I was like, expose myself to venereal disease? I've had so many.
So Eric, Eric, what? Okay, yeah, this is exactly what I was going to ask you for. I'm going to fucking sue these guys over using my name for one of their characters.
Your nickname is Little Green Man, or
the green,
No.
the green,
the Greens.
Oh, Green, yeah.
Yeah. You know what?
We
We know a very prominent family in RPGs that are going through lawsuits over names. So
Yes.
I'm going to sue these guys over using my name
without permission. Now, folks, if you look at, and I'm just saying, and once you've seen it, you can't unsee it. I apologize ahead of time.
I know what you're going to do.
But if you look at the profile picture on the left side of that, and you look down to where the words "springy hind legs" are, there's a little springy that's something else.
That's referred to as a tweeter.
Yeah, you know. So,
but the bad thing is, on the full frontal, he don't have that. So does it just get tucked away? I mean, what happens?
I think he was just a little excited for having his picture first.
Yeah, he got a little excited that it cooled down a little bit. It got cold.
I guess
it got real cold.
So it's been pointed out that this is like the alien sighting, I guess, in the backwoods from like the 50s, down to a T. Like somebody brought up the Wikipedia post picture, and it was like, well, I guess you could say that the TSR Lizard Man is based on the old TSR Lizard Man. This is a bit closer to the original source. I mean, it's pretty darn funny. But
hey,
if this is what you're getting in your Star Frontiers, this isn't my Star Frontiers. I don't know.
Well, he said on there the Star Frontiers is going to be everything, man. It's going to be Star Frontiers, but we're gonna have fantasy races in there too, dude. Just like the original Star Frontiers, right?
Yeah.
This looks more like a Tom Wom game.
Yeah.
Star Frontiers.
Yeah.
And I hope Tom Wom, who actually has a company up and running and is doing some stuff, he's releasing some games. I hope he crushes it. But this is ridiculous.
Well, and Star Frontiers Gamer said they're going to have Dragonborn because that's hot.
Because their game is going to be OGL. Now, listen, these are things I read on Facebook.
It's going to be 5e, based on a 5e. Come on.
No. They're saying that the 5e on the cover isn't the 5e that we're thinking of. It's fifth era of Star Frontiers, and somehow we've had
slurp my butt.
Okay, but wait, come on, you got to give them a little credit. Okay, they are trying to work around it. Now, something else they said is that their game is better, and you know why their game is better than the original? Anybody?
Because you get to wrestle in grits.
That would be interesting. You know what? Really, Mike, maybe we should put together like a $1 grit wrestling game for North Texas RPG Con. Like,
oh my God, you could print that on decks of cards, and get it printed through drive-through and sell it for like 50 cents.
Just get your grit wrestling card. But here's the thing: the original Star Frontiers was 2 booklets, right? 16 and 64 pages. So that's how many pages? 80 pages. The new edition is over 200 pages. Therefore, it's better.
Does that make it 250% better?
We don't even know. We don't really know though, because nobody's ever actually seen it, so we don't even really know that's how many pages it has.
Oh, come on! You've seen the faux fake cover. It's like genuine faux leather, right? It's a genuine faux Star Frontiers cover.
I will give TSR 3.0 credit. They spelled Star Frontiers correctly.
They did.
The second time, because there is one that they misspelled Frontiers. There was a post of that, which is awesome.
Well, you know what? You need consistency if you're going to be fuck-ups.
I'm wondering if Justin's last name is actually Lanasa or if that's just a misspelling of something else.
Well, it's hard for me to say. As I showed last week, there is a card in the upcoming dungeon crawl game dedicated to me. So when I acquire my copy, I am going to take that card out. I'm going to frame it, or at least put it into one of those like Magic the Gathering cards, like frames that you frame, like the really expensive cards that are worth a lot of money. This one's not going to be worth a lot of money, but do
you think he has the balls to actually print that?
Oh yeah, no, I think so. I do. I'll listen. I'll find out soon enough. Now, Justin knows. Although the Tenkarian gibberer may look stupid, I'm not giving you my mailing address. All right, but I am acquiring stuff. Thanks. I'm in no rush to see any of this stuff. It'll arrive when it arrives. Now, what I am interested in seeing is what the final edits on Vince Florio's adventure are, because as I've mentioned before, I know Vince. Vince is a quality writer. He's gotten an Emmy for Mazes and Perils. Vince has the grasp of the English language. He's been doing podcasts for ages. He can tell stories. He can converse. These are all things that apparently Justin lacks. So I can tell that Justin did the cover blurb and the write-up, the sales blurb on the page. So I'm waiting to see if Justin did some edits on the inside, because that would be a shame.
But here's the whole thing. I mean, come on, man. Vince knew who he was getting into bed with here.
Oh, I'm not saying.
I mean, it's going to be, if it's bad, it's on him for saying, look, why did you let this guy edit your module? Because he obviously has very little grasp of the English language. And look, you've got to know, it's like Clint Eastwood said, a man's got to know his limitations, right? And we have that you should have that in any game company you work at, or any company, period. Look, this guy's good at art. This guy's good at writing. This guy's good at editing. This guy's good at creating adventures, and I don't think he has a grasp of that. I don't know if he just wants to keep everything in-house to the point where he wants to spend any money. But you got to have an editor. At some point, you got to have an editor. And this is just outrageous. It's so bad that it's embarrassing for the hobby for this to come out. I mean, I'm sure it's probably not embarrassing for him, because I don't think if he cares or not, but and honestly, I bet your posts about this have done something to, because I did notice that there was a post this week from Ernie saying he was editing Vince's module. And there was, I think there was a purpose to that post.
Oh, good Lord.
Whatever you say, it can't be worse than Lanasa.
Want to bet?
Yeah, no.
I'll bet you it can't.
No,
it can't.
All right. We're gonna bet. What do you want to bet? What do you want to bet? Something small, but we got to bet on this one.
Okay. Look,
and the reason I say this, I have kept my mouth shut for weeks and months about this. You show me one product or project that Ernie has made better.
I'm good. I'll give you that, because yes, I will give you that. But
he can only make
Ernie has read books. He did work at TSR for time. He knows how I guarantee you, Ernie knows how basic sentence structure works. And Lanasa has no clue. He does what I've seen people do. They don't know how to write. They just put commas everywhere. Every time they want to pause, they put a comma. That's how he
feel
writes.
Attacked.
But that's people who don't know how sentence structure works, or how things. And I have friends that do that. And Doug used to do that. I used to edit Doug stuff, and I would laugh all the time, because he didn't know. He would just put commas, because if you don't know sentence structure, you haven't been an English major, you haven't edited, you don't know where sometimes you just don't know where commas go. You're like, well, it should be a comma here, I guess, maybe one here. There's rules to where commas go. People like Lanasa don't know those rules, and so that's why they just put commas everywhere. And that's why you read his stuff and there's improper punctuation, because he just sticks a period here and a question mark here and a comma here. And okay, I guess it sounds good. And then I bet you Ernie can do that. I bet you he knows how to put punctuation, commas, and periods. So that's why I'm saying it can't be worse. I think you can do that.
At the very least, Ernie knows how to use Grammarly or one of the other.
Yeah, that's all you have to do. Use Grammarly if you don't even know what you're doing.
I am still talking about what we want to bet on this.
Well, I don't know how
I'm not buying it.
So you think okay? So here's the problem though. We're really not going to know who edited what because Ernie says he's editing whatever module's cult of whatever. But we're not sure. I'm not sure if Justin's going to, because the only thing I've seen Justin kind of edit is that board game, Dungeon Crawl, and that's horrific.
No, did he produced a whole game?
He wrote it.
And that's terrible too. The pizza, is that the pizza game we're talking about?
No. The pizza book is written with his child. So
that is off limits talking about.
That's a free pass. But no, the Dungeon Crawl game was written initially by Don Samora. Don Samora sold the game to TSR, to Justin, and you can tell the initial cards, which were beta cards, were copyright Wizard Tower Games, but the later cards are copyright TSR, the Game Wizards or whatever. So you can see the difference in the cards. So the new cards are from Justin, and that was Mordenkainen and the other female, and
Elmore,
of course
the wizard,
the Tenkarian Gibberer.
Gibberer,
I listen. At least if you're gonna, if you are going to troll me, all right, if you're gonna do a parody of me, at the very least, get your English correct. Whatever you're going to criticize me for, it isn't going to be for improper use of the English language. All right, there's enough to criticize me for without screwing that basic shit up. Have that much respect, But my opinion is, and then I'm going to say this is my opinion. It's not written in stone. I'm shooting from the hip, but Justin's actions lead me to believe that he is not concerned in the community in the long term, because he would be putting out products that were edited and had a long-term shelf life. He just wants to turn the quick buck, and you turn the quick buck by cutting corners, and this is what it looks like so far. They've been cutting corners.
He's a businessman that has been involved in some industries that I have a passing familiarity with from my 20s. So I know the type of person that he is, and none of this is a surprise. And this will not be, he will not be the TSR that takes us into a new age.
Well, it depends on the age you're looking at. Is it an improvement or not?
No,
the dark ages.
Because as soon as this gets to be too much of a hassle, which it will be probably pretty soon, he's just going to walk away.
I think again, no inside knowledge on this one, but purchasing the museum and having COVID hit threw everything off. And that's why we had the mad rush in acquiring the TSR classic logos, and then the attempt to license them off to other publishers. And you can still find that up on Facebook, by the way, folks. I just ran into it earlier today looking for something. It's still up there on the Dungeon Hobby Shop Facebook page. The offer to license these TSR logos.
Right.
So it was all an attempt to make back the cash that was sunk into this museum and was not producing money. COVID hurt a lot of people, and it hurt that new business. And I can appreciate that. Just that
and that GoFundMe for legal bills.
I think that funding ends soon, right? I didn't.
It got stuck at about $5,000, and then he tried to pump it up a little bit recently. With, well, hey, we're winning our lawsuit. Which was hilarious. Hey, we're doing great. Everything's awesome.
Which of the Coast was canceled? Like, no, they weren't canceled, dude. It was suspended pending the other suit that you filed. But yes,
right. But I think they stalled out around $5,000, and I don't know.
I think it runs out shortly. Hold on a second. Let me just. 3 days left. 3 days left.
Shadow and Sun, I totally agree. TSR, well run, could be huge. The idea of that would be great. And it could still happen when Justin loses it, which he will. Somebody who actually cares about the history of gaming could pick it up and, might be able to do something with it.
Eric and I had a game plan of how they could have made money, and we talked about it quite a bit back in the day.
Yeah,
and
doing it now.
Honestly, yeah, they're finally starting to do it, but it's far too late. And that was put out material. It doesn't have to be good. It just has to be old school. Have Ernie's name on the cover. Throw it out there, and people are going to buy it because you're giving them aspirational purchases about old school. Oh, this is old school by TSR.
It has to. So cool. It has to be good. I mean,
I don't think it has to be good at first.
I
really
100% disagree. I understand that Ernie's name carries a lot of weight because of his last name. I 100% get that, but there is a huge difference between what Ernie has done with his last name and what Luke has done with his last name.
But you have to, but you're acting from a position of logic, and you have to understand what Eric and I have discovered. There's people who wanted to buy this who knew nothing about what happened. They thought this is the original TSR. There was a lot of people.
I get it.
This is the original TSR. And Ernie, didn't he do a lot for TSR? No, he did not. He ran the Dungeon Hobby Shop. He did not do anything for TSR. They don't. A lot of shit that they're looking for. They did not know this. They did not require a good product. They just required a product. And there was a ton of people out there you could have sold that to. A ton of people that just would have bought it just because it had TSR on it. It has Ernie Gygax's name. Well, it's got to be old school, and I haven't played D&D in 25 years. I'm going to buy this thing and see what it's like.
Yeah, but those people that have no tie to the game and are just doing it from the nostalgia point are one and done. They are not
I don't disagree.
Repeat customers, and that's what I think. Yes, in the short term, I absolutely think Ernie could make fistfuls of money if he would get out of his own way. He could absolutely just do well, but long term,
well, I'm not going to get into this tonight because we only have. I was going to bring up Memorial Tomb, but I'm not going to bring up Memorial Tomb because it's going to come out. Thank you, Troll Lord Games. You're awesome. But I'm just saying it kind of started and ended there when Ernie did his part and then left. Then said, "Okay, well here you go," and handed it off and didn't touch it for another 5 years. So, but I agree with what you're saying. I'm just saying I don't think Lanasa thinks past that. I think he thinks that a one-time jackpot's great, and so I don't think he would care if it's good or not, or if people wanted to buy something else. And honestly, of the people who bought that, and Eric and I saw these People on other people's blogs, they were just going to buy it just to help support him because they thought, Lanasa framed it as a culture war. This is I'm the old school guys. These WotC guys are awful. They're doing these terrible things, and we're going to remove all this legacy stuff they're doing, which they cannot do. But these people lapped it up. They absolutely lapped it up and said, "Yeah, dude, you're right."
And I mean, there is a segment of the gaming population that is happy to support that. If it was somebody else, and it wasn't Justin, who has been, obviously just shady as all get out about this, I would have no problem seeing Eric support that. Eric doesn't love WotC.
No,
he might support a company that kind of wants to stick it to. And I'm not speaking for you.
No, I know,
but in a certain sphere, I can totally see people supporting the effort to take down WotC because you don't care for what they're doing, and that's your choice.
But
100%.
But Skeeter, here's the thing: it's like being Don Quixote, but to collect other people's money. You can't knock down that windmill. I understand that. I don't happen to like the disclaimer, but it's a lot worse. It could have been a lot worse, right? It could be in the books, not just on the sales page. I'm not happy about it, but it is what it is. It's not my property. But I'm not going to go out there and say, hey, people, give me money to fight this fight so I can put money in my pocket so I can tilt windmills that aren't going to go anywhere. Now, am I saying that's exactly what's happening? No. Can I prove that isn't what is happening? No. Because it's a foolish fight.
Oh, I agree. But I think there are some people, and it's not really fair to use you as an example because you're an insider, plus you're an investigator. You have the mindset to actually get some facts and not go off all half-cocked and emotional like I would do. I am the first one to admit, I can get my blood up and do something fucking stupid. I mean, you guys have seen it. So,
dude. Listen, Justin was so upset with me when he first got the trademarks, and then came out, and I posted about it. And he threatened me with legal action, and expensive legal action. And honestly, as you well know, and I'm not going to name all the names, but I've been threatened by some major players in our hobby, and I know where the line is. I know where my grounds are, and when you threaten me, you're telling me, "Hey, I'm going to threaten you, so you back off." And you're telling me that there's meat on that bone. If you just told me, and I never understood why people. It's like, dude, if you want me to go away, probably the easiest way is to ignore me because you know what? Oh, well, they're not upset with this isn't affecting them. I guess maybe
something else will pop up.
Yeah, or maybe my information is wrong. I mean, I have 7 sources, but maybe my sources are all coming back to the same source, which has happened. Maybe it isn't legit. But when you threaten me with legal action, and I'm like, why am I getting threatened with legal action? I did not.
Right.
You've just told me.
You're getting too close.
And that is, it happens in real world investigations. It happens in law enforcement all the time. This was just, thank you. You gave me a free one.
And I mean, as far as I'm concerned, RPGs are like pizza. I say this to people all the time when I'm trying to diffuse the whole edition wars. Everybody can enjoy the game of their choice. It's all gaming. It's a game. It's supposed to be fun. And if you're not in this, if you're not in the business to promote somebody having fun, you're probably doing this for the wrong reason.
Yeah.
I mean, there is not bushels of money to be made unless you are in a very select group of people.
Or you get very, very you don't even know the niche is there, and you step in it. You're like, I holy crap! I better strike while the iron is hot because this gold's going to run out quickly, or somebody else is going to come in.
So we'll use Eric as an example. You created Swords and Wizardry Light.
Yes.
And Continual Light.
Yes.
Not getting too much into your personal life, but how many sports cars and diamond encrusted swimming pools did that effort get you?
Honestly, I think that effort after expenses, and now Continual Light, that cover actually was an unused cover of James Shields that matched stock art that I was going to use. And then he said, hey, use this. What does it cost me? Nothing. You're already a Patreon backer. So, I mean, I was lucky. I did the layout. We got a second edition coming out. I'm going to be guaranteed that I've already spent more money on it than I probably made on Continual Light, the first printing. And that's okay. Because I'm not in it to make a profit or a large profit off it, and I enjoy the process. Okay, I enjoy being part of the community.
So, all right, now I'm gonna put the bad finger on Mike. At North Texas, you guys do little digests of adventures that are released at the convention, and you do a lot of the writing. You've done several of those, you personally. I've seen the truck you drive.
Hey, I'm driving a Kia now, man. I upgraded.
Oh, okay. So
my
you're
wife's
saying
old Kia.
You're saying your wife's old Kia is an upgrade. So I'm just going to venture.
Sure, yeah.
I'm going to venture that even in Texas, you don't have a lot of diamond encrusted swimming pools in your back pocket either.
How dare you, sir? How dare? Well, nobody gets in this business. But you make these.
Money. Yes, you make these because you love gaming.
Right. And that's why everybody has to do it. You don't, and you tell people this, Skeeter, we tell people this all the time, and people have to understand you don't make big money in this business unless you are like 5 people. And I don't even know if it's 5 anymore. Maybe it's 3. You just don't you just don't do it. If you're not doing it for the love of the game, you're an idiot because you're not going to make money.
There are more famous rock stars than there are famous and wealthy game designers.
You know how hard it is to graduate from high school and become a professional NFL player? You have a better chance to do that than you do to have a wealthy game designer.
100%.
And that is impossible to do. There's like 1 from every, college. I mean, the odds are against you. Okay. Totally against you.
But isn't it everybody in Texas? I mean,
if
you're born in Texas,
you're going to go to
you're going to go to the NFL.
Let's just say every other state. You're not going to go to the NFL.
Right.
But no, it's ludicrous how much. Look, we just finished reading the Game Wizards. We had John Peterson on last week. We talked about this when TSR was going bango, bongo, boffo, and when they were selling more copies than Scrabble and Monopoly and everywhere. There was only 2 people making money, right? Bloom and Gary. Nobody else was. I mean, there was maybe a couple of people that had stock, but nobody was making money, and they were making more money than anybody on the planet right then. That's the most successful a game company's been until WotC now, and nobody was still making money. Gary was making money. Bloom was making money. Like I said, I think somebody had some stock. Whoever had the most stock was making money. That was it. And that's the way the story has always gone. It's always the same story. It doesn't change.
Which I have to say to Eric, since Mike brought up that last week's guest was John Peterson, you really need to upgrade your guests, because if you're going to go from John Peterson to me, man, you need to get some other people. You need to know some folks.
You forced your way on. We had no choice.
I know, I did. I kind of just thug rolled in here.
Here's the great thing about this cast. We have so much fun doing this, right? People know we have this much fun doing it. People we've had on have so much fun doing it. We've got George DeRosa and his business partner from Emperor's Choice Games. They're going to be coming up this month. When I was doing the show, Greg Gillespie's like, "What am I, chopped liver?" We have
that guy's desperate, man. That guy's just desperate.
We got Tim Connolly.
He's Canadian. He's trying to get out of the country.
He can't. There's a truck.
I know.
A bunch of trucks.
We have the main man behind the Blackmore documentary. We got people that want to spend time. We're not a professional show. We understand that, but we like to make it feel like if you're watching and listening, you're part of this, right? We listen. We look at what you post. We're interacting with you, and we're having a good time. And we're hoping that you're having a good time. This is what makes it fun.
And I want to tell everybody, I have hung out with both of these guys in real life, at conventions, in hotel rooms, at different areas. And this is legitimately them out in the wild too. This is not, actors. They're not putting on a role. These guys are very approachable, and you can talk to them, and they are just as full of shit as they appear on this video stream. Just like me.
In person, you'll get some of my, cop stories from the late 90s.
Oh, sweet Jesus. I have stories about a bunch of people in Wonderfield that I could say that I'm not going to go and be recorded. So.
You have to meet Peter at a convention, and
sounds like you're off.
We're gonna have to get the FBI scanner. You're not wearing a wire, are you?
Yeah. No. When when you work for Frog God Games for more than a decade and get to meet some people and hang out with other people and work with names in the industry, you get stories.
Oh yeah.
This guy here, so Skeeter, this guy here, you went to White Wolf parties back in the day. Now there's some stories there. There was actually dancing girls in cages, right? I mean, the level was like through the roof.
Well,
like
I mean, if you know anything about Vampire the Masquerade, that's what their parties are. So yeah.
So yes, Skeeter's the guy to talk to at conventions if you want dirt, because he's got piles of dirt.
The last time at Gen Con, when I was there was actually a biker convention at the same time Gen Con was going on.
Oh geez.
And let me tell you, there was an entire street, the entire middle of the street was all bikes. And I was out there at 1:30 when people were starting to get really wound up, and it was awesome. Awesome. But anyway, that doesn't hold a candle to the midnight auction.
Oh Jesus!
No, there's a reason we don't film that.
Skeeter. Oh no, there's a film of last year with me coming out in the.
Well, pictures. There's pictures. Is there actually?
No, there's video. There's video.
Okay.
At the
my favorite moment.
Beginning of May.
One of my favorite moments ever at midnight auction was sweet little Ben Barsh had his camera out to film the midnight auction, and that was the first year Rob decided to come out in a thong, and you can see him just do this.
Man,
he just lowered the camera, was like put it in his pocket.
Yeah,
that's over. It's over.
Yeah,
no filming.
No, there's just. I mean, so much.
And the look on his face was like, "Oh no, I can't film this."
The whole idea of the midnight auction is to help raise money for Mike to keep the warehouse going, to support North Texas RPG.
Support the con, obviously, in North Texas.
Yeah,
but we just have a blast. It's fun. We have a blast.
Absolute blast. It's an absolute community, especially at that convention, and we travel like vagabonds to other conventions, and we have this little close knit group of people that we always meet up with, because we try to build a community, and there are companies that are not interested in doing that. See how I got that back around to TSR pieces of shit?
No, you did. You did a fine job. Now, Mike, since we are probably going to be auctioning off the outfit from the Halloween Tenkar does.
Are we? I'm interested.
Yeah. Tenkar does Dallas. I have that video.
Yeah. It's no. So this is up this is up here on this channel. You can see it from right around October 31st. I will wear it to the midnight auction.
Sweet!
People can see what they're going to be bidding on. Not me per se, but they will get the bid on it. But I would wonder if I could get a duplicate of it and have Skeeter join me.
What? what are we doing?
He didn't see that surprise ending coming. That was a shock ending. Yeah, a surprise ending.
What are we doing?
For a good cause to raise money for the con, Skeeter would do something like that. He would wear that outfit. Skeeter, you got to go look at this channel. Go back to about, I think it was the 31st or the 30th of October. I did the benefit for St. Jude's. We raised $1,500 in donations directly to St. Jude's, and you're going to either flash back to 1980s wrestling or hair banging music, man.
Do I get to dress like Ric Flair again?
You could, yeah. It'd be great.
I will 100% do that, because that was the best time ever.
So you see, Mike, we are already making this is going to be a good auction, or at the very least, one to be remembered.
Dude, if I get to dress like Ric Flair at the midnight auction, you are never going to top that one.
Have I ever told you couldn't dress like Ric Flair at the auction?
My arch nemesis, Jim Kitchen, and I will do battle. It's gonna be fantastic.
You should really. We should get some grits in a pool, and then we can outdo Lanasa. That'd be awesome.
You know what?
Doing Jim Kitchen in a grits pool. I love it.
Oh, okay. And you know what? And then I'd have to be the one like refereeing it, right? I'd be doing.
Okay, I think we just
I'm telling you right now, nobody wants to see this in my skivvies.
I think it's time to call this show over. I just got an image of Skeeter and Jim Kitchen grits wrestling while Eric was refereeing it. And I got I got to get to sleep tonight, so that's not gonna help.
No, we need a palate cleanser.
Oh God! All right, so Adamantier. So when are you going to run a Giantlands game live stream?
Never.
Your janky character. Listen, I'm going to tell you this right now.
I'm going to use this character if I do.
The only way that would happen is if we could figure out a charity and we knew that we had at least $1,000 coming in for the charity.
We would give it up for money.
My life is limited, okay? And I'm not wasting valuable time learning these fucking rules for your entertainment. Well, I did a little bit, but if you want real entertainment like that, we're gonna find a charity.
Yeah, this better be a charity event.
Yeah, we'll do it as a charity event, and we'll need to see the money come in and get pledged ahead of time. It's not going to be watching Tenkar do yoga. We'll have more of that coming up probably next month. But
show me the Benjamins.
Show us the Benjamins. We'll do it for a good cause. And at this point, any cause is probably a good cause compared to TSR. But Jesus. Yes. Search for Gamers Health livestream. Tenkar does yoga, dressed like an 80s rocker. It is.
We're really gonna shut this down at this point. This has devolved to, levels that I don't even want to delve into. So.
Oh, you don't want to delve into?
Do you guys know that I was in a hair metal band when I was in my 20s? I had hair down to my ass. Oh, well, yes.
I have a confession. I was in a punk band in the 80s, and I still have some music from it too. So
I do not believe this at all.
No, I can debut the song. I have 2 songs I sung in this band. The band was called Revisto.
I absolutely need a copy of this.
I have had positive feedback on the songs.
Okay.
So
I will get a tattoo of Mike Bottolato on me.
Mike, you gotta burn a copy of that tape or CD and sell that at the midnight auction.
Oh,
that's a unique gift.
Oh dear. It would. You know what? That is a great idea, Eric, because everybody needs to hear the song, the 2 great songs, Politics and You're Never Home, which were absolute, just would burn the place down. We played those, let me tell you.
There you go.
Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
So
it's going to be the best midnight auction ever.
It sounds, I'm excited now. Let's time travel. We'd have to skip Gary Con and Total. We don't want to skip those.
No.
All right, folks. The link to the Tenkar doing yoga is in the chat. Trust me, it was a lot of fun. Joe the lawyer and my niece Shannon did the play-by-play. Rach put me through my paces, and when it comes to a good cause, I have no self-respect. I have no fun.
Eric, when you were done with the yoga, did you smell like a man?
No. So Rach wasn't doing yoga before the game. She was doing this TRX system of.
I got one of those in the garage.
Yeah, she had it like off the bathroom door, and I'm like,
Ew.
we have a total gym. Like, just I'm like, no, I want to do this. I'm like, all right, don't kill yourself. The bathroom door opens out. Make sure
make sure it's closed.
Make sure you get the door jams in, like underneath the rubber, the rubber jammy thingies. So, all right.
Well,
folks.
I want to thank you guys for letting me bully you into coming onto your show.
We always get bullied, man. Everybody wants to be here.
Thank you for letting us go an extra 30 minutes. So now I have to drive home and, probably ice and snow, and they'll probably find my body in, the spring.
You're in Texas.
Out.
I don't want to hear about
I'm in Texas. They don't know what to do. Nobody here knows what to do.
That's true. Actually, it's like,
I only have a block. I only have a block to drive. I think I'll be okay.
Okay.
I can walk.
Hey man, get some tacos from that place on your way out.
Ooh,
those are delicious.
They are. They're good. They closed early because it's going to be too icy.
Whatever.
What 1 inch of ice. It's going to be too icy.
Yeah. So Skeeter, what's your next project that's going to be released? What's your next Kickstarter?
Kickstarter February 21st for the Valley Out of Time, S&W, DCC, MCC, little zine size snippets. $10 for a book. If you buy both of them, it's $18 for 2 little books. So
and you got to reach out to me, right? On release date, let me know.
I will reach around to you, Eric.
Oh no, not a reach around. I appreciate the idea.
Did I mess that up? Did I confuse that? Is that a whole different thing?
Dude, I already have enough nightmares. I don't need more. Okay.
Nightmare fuel.
Yeah,
hey, I got that from the chat. Somebody just blurted that out. Probably when I said I was going to get naked and wrestle with grits.
Oh, jeez.
Anyway, yeah. All right.
Folks, thank you. A huge thank you to our usual crowd and then some in the live stream. You all were awesome and excellent. You make us better. I mean, I don't know if you can make Skeeter better. You can't make Skeeter better, but you make the rest of us better.
I'm as better as I'm going to get.
And you keep Skeeter out of trouble. And that's a huge sign. We did well. Listen, I say this every time I do a live stream. I say this every time I do a video. All right. I'm not going to harp on you in the middle of the pandemic on what you should be doing other than if you're not vaccinated yet, talk to a medical professional and somebody who knows your issues, your history, and get the advice that you might need, because it's not one size fit all. I'm not going to tell you to get vaxxed. And maybe you're like my sister and you're going to get heart palpitations. It's not for everybody. But if you haven't seeked out medical advice that's geared to you, do so.
Don't spread your man cooties.
I always spread my here's my underarm cooties. Come on.
That was Mike's character in Giantlands.
Yeah, but say
Mike
can't get you right here.
You got man
See, I can always bring it back.
You can always bring it around. You're a professional, Skeeter. You must be, you must do something like a vidcast or a podcast or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, we gotta bring back the goddamn Zach.
Where's that been? Yeah, Zach's probably been bailing out on those. I have a feeling
he's too big time for me.
Oh my god, it's ridiculous.
I'm small time. Maybe I'll just do a podcast on my own and
you should
just be obnoxious as fuck.
And that's different. That's different. How than normal?
Well, then I don't have to worry about offending Zach.
Oh yeah.
Wait, come on. You can offend Zach? I haven't gotten to that point yet.
Oh,
he's like a little girl. He's a little girl. He gets so nervous when Skeeter gets crazy. He's like, well, we didn't really mean to say that, and he just gets all shaky.
He has a number of times when I've told him what I want to talk about, said, please don't.
Not that. If you want to do that, go seek out Eric and Mike, okay? Please. Not on this show. We want to keep it family friendly.
Mm-hmm.
No, we don't.
I'm part of the Manson family.
Although I think I've dropped very few F-bombs in this one, so that's.
Do we have a quota? I can help.
For those that are interested, also, Giantlands is on sale at 25% off right now. So rush over.
Where is that on Facebook? Is that link on Facebook?
Yeah, I just saw it on Facebook. It's 25% off.
Coupon code, because I went directly to the website and it was still $129.99.
Yep.
$199.99.
Use the code Join Us, JOINUS. Join us. And you get 25%
join us at Giantlands. Save 25%, and you know what?
That's pronounced Janus.
It might sting. It might sting just a wee bit less. Otherwise, be safe, be well. God bless. Roll those dice. Roll them well. I will be back again tomorrow. Live stream with Glenn Hallstrom on Friday. Gamers Health on Saturday night. Thank you for joining us on this session 0 and then some. All right, folks.
Later. Love you.